Right, welcome to Snowrunner once more. Third and final one from me today. Just stuff that I've recorded over the past day since getting it. So we've got the initial scout vehicle you get. We've got the V8 engine upgrading it, and we've also got the Snowrunner. No, we haven't. This is prior to that, so this is just bog standard. Ignore all that I've just said. I'm not re-recording it. Right, so we've got all-wheel drive, but we haven't got diff lock. This is the first mission that allows you to pick stuff up from the first map, and then you have to use the tunnel to go through to the second map. And we're just starting off from the garage on the second map. So this is a bit of a sneaky shortcut, which I wouldn't advise using, especially not with a trailer with 2 loads of bricks on the back. So big steep incline, and we're going to leave it in low range just to control the speed, otherwise that trailer will jackknife and overtake us, especially on this one because it is a bit steep. So we've got to take a weird line here because I don't want to get that trailer hooked up, because there's no way I'm reversing it back. So if you see me going over rocks, it's because I'm watching the trailer, not the truck. Yep. You see how it's starting to jackknife me there? Coming down the hill. If I hit the brakes, it will jackknife me. So I'm just using the low range to actually slow the vehicle down with a little bit of control. The ground's pretty dry here, so there's plenty of traction, even though we haven't got diff lock. But once we get to the bottom, that's a different story. So again, I'm taking a strange line just to make sure that trailer doesn't hook on the corners, because it is actually wider than the scout vehicle. So that's it, we're down. Quick look on the map. Like I said, this is the second map. I haven't unlocked anything on it. It was just a mission which turned into a complete nightmare, but I eventually got done after many hours. So going into uncharted territory. This is my first run down here, I think. And it does throw up a few surprises. Because up until now, the first map, a lot of main routes, a lot of dry tracks, so traction isn't an issue. This second map certainly throws you in at the deep end. I can't use the main road because there's a rock slide blocking it at the top, otherwise this would have been a really easy mission. So we've got to take the main logging route. And we come across mud. So being a bit tentative here, leaving it in low range, because if I get stuck out, I'm going to have to fall back on the winch, because there's no diff lock on this. I've not. It's still locked to buy, and I haven't found the hidden bits, as it were. Just plug this controller in and hope that it doesn't muck the mic up. Battery's getting low. Right. Okay. So there's the watchtower. So we'll drop the trailer. Wise move. Just have a quick look. And then we'll hook the trailer back up and carry on our merry way. Once it's stopped doing all its new objectives and stuff. I remember how to use a gearbox. Nope, miles away. Not going to get it there. It's more like it. So now we can see where we're going. Doesn't look too far, just a straight run into the farm. Just off to the left is the dam, which is quite impressive graphically. Okay, sun's starting to go down. I have got the light bar mod on the vehicle, which gives you a huge amount of light, as you can see, over just having the standard headlights. So one mod to put on, they are pretty cheap, is the light bars. So first issue, some tree stumps, and then we're running into the mud. Now the trailers on the Scouts are good, but I would recommend not putting 2 loads of bricks on them. Not so bad when you've got the V8 engine, which I do unlock later on. But for the standard engine, it's yeah, we're asking a lot from it. Now with the winching, you'll notice that I'm not just constantly winching, I'm just doing little taps on it just to start the momentum going. So as we drag this big plough behind us, the ground's fairly hard in that puddle, but as you can see, worse is to come. Again, we're back on the winch. That's how much weight's on it. Ripping trees out with that trailer. So again, just a little tap just to get us going. If you've seen the other video, you'll see that I've got the Snowrunner gearbox on it now, which gives me 4 low range. So it gives me equivalent of quarter gear, half gear, first gear and second gear, all in the low range, so you can keep your diff lock, if you had it, on. Of course we're leaving 4-wheel drive on here because we're not that daft. Now this is an absolute swine, this bit. So the plan here is to try and keep where the mud is, and I've got that tree eyed up in front of me as a winching point. And she bogs in again. So I'm really struggling with no diff lock here. It's essentially turning that 4-wheel drive into 2-wheel drive. As soon as the one wheel loses traction, all the power's going to that, and I've just lost that end of the vehicle. So I'm just pulling my front onto that muddy bank, hoping that there's a bit of traction to be had, which there is kind of, but not much. Just trying a bit of side grip with the wheel, just moving the steering left to right, and it's starting to pull. Again, keep harking back to diff lock. If we had diff lock on, this would be a lot easier. So I've got 2 options here. I can carry on winching forward, hoping for some solid ground, or I can dump the trailer, drive to the other side. I'm looking for other winch points here, and there's one. That'll do. It's big enough tree, shouldn't rip that out. I will just try not to tip the vehicle over. So I'm steering left, driving left, hoping I'm going to clear the tree, which I do. So I've got a straight pull on it now. Of course I've got to get that trailer over that hump in the middle of this rugged track. So we'll give it a short pull till we get some traction. ground's a bit harder over here. Make a mental note, always go this side of the tree. Of course the problem is going to be actually getting out, and we've hit some more mud. Frustration getting the better of me here, and we just do a massive pull on the winch. I've had enough of that puddle. Puddle's not had enough of me. We're trying to get over onto the right because the ground looks a bit more firmer over there. But of course now I've got to pull that trailer out up that incline that I've just been stuck in. That's it, we've got it over the hump. Back end's dug in, the front end's just rising up over the soft mud. We're just waiting for that back end to kick over as well. There it goes. And we carry on up the hill. Get it over onto the right hand side where it looks a little bit firmer. Again, you can see with that light bar, the amount of light that it's putting out is fantastic. And yes, putting 2 pallets of bricks on this trailer was not a good idea. Okay, so now we're on to solid stuff. Thanks for watching. Adios.